In 2019, Los Angeles pitcher Tyler Skaggs died in a Texas hotel ahead of a game the team was supposed to play against the Texas Rangers. It was revealed that the player died of an overdose, choking on his vomit after using drugs and alcohol. The Tarrant County Medical Examiner's office went on to say Skaggs had high levels of fentanyl, oxycodone, and oxymorphone in his system. And this is according to the toxicology report. Now, the person who was reportedly responsible for giving the drugs to Skaggs, Eric K., has been found guilty. Reports noted that the former communications director for the Angels was found guilty of multiple charges, including conspiracy to possess with intent to distribute controlled substances and distribution of controlled substances resulting in death. Pause. I'm going to pause for a second. So, in battle rap, for those who watch my battle rap content as opposed to the news articles, in battle rap, I just asked a question to ARP and Chris Unbiased. I said, who do you guys think the Pete Rose of battle rap is? And it was really much, it's really not a trick question, but there's so many parts to that question. There's so many sections and broken up with that question. But Pete Rose brought a lot of things to baseball. Gambling was one of them. And to think about, what is this man's, he's a communications director for the Angels. So just like in the music industry, where you'll get the record exec, the producer, whoever is the guy who's saying, here, take these drugs, boop, 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 boop. Keep the rapper in the studio, part of the life, boop, boop, boop. Take these drugs. You got a communications director of a Major League Baseball team that gave drugs to a player. And that player overdosed in the hotel room, in the state where his opponents were. He was supposed to be playing a game. Like, how do you explain that to somebody? How do you explain that to somebody's family? 1 minute they're saying bye, we'll see you when you get back from Texas. The next minute you're calling and saying, oh, I'm sorry to tell you this, but your son has passed away from an overdose in the hotel room and we're investigating it. He has to feel terrible. Federal prosecutors know that Eric K is facing 20 years to life in prison. That's dirt. 20 years to life in prison because as a communications director, you wanted to go and give the players drugs? So now, as time goes forward, common sense, logic would tell you, and logic would show you that if they're putting him away for giving that person drugs, you could imagine the type of investigation that would open up on the Major League Baseball when they think about who else was getting drugs or who else is a part of handing out these drugs to the players. Because sports is always widely watched, especially for the sake of steroid probing. They're always probing major sports outlets for anything that has to do with drugs. They do it in boxing ahead of the Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather fight. They did it in the Margarita and Cotto fight. They do it in any sport you could possibly think of. They can't even have too much levels of caffeine in their system in boxing. So they constantly probe and probe and probe. But it's just unfortunate that this player had to lose his life. And I feel it's very irresponsible and inconsiderate for a communications director to put himself in a position to say, I want to feed these players drugs. That's insane. Let me know how y'all feel about it. Questions, comments, leave them at the bottom. Love, life, and loyalty is the motto. Stay safe, stay real, and stay true. You rock with Big Fella rocks with you. Zaire 6K. If it's not 6K, you know what to do and get it out the way. Peace.